They said he was Diddy's boy toy.
Yeah,
What?
I was in Jamaica with him.
Oh, I see it now.
See?
I was in
YK
Jamaica
Osiris in Jamaica with his alleged boo Diddy.
See?
You see, I'm gonna tell you something. They always want you to, you know what these rappers, all these singers, all these big rappers y'all look up to? They always tell you what the good part about, but they never tell you what the bad part. Yeah, they got all this money, but they dealing with emo spirits. They dealing with themselves. They dealing with, man, come on, man.
He had it all. The cars, the chains, the cosigns from some of the biggest names in the game. YK Osiris wasn't just rising. He was the moment. But behind every perfectly framed Instagram photo, behind every joke and viral meme, something much darker was unraveling. Because while the world was watching the rise, Osiris was quietly breaking. And now, with Diddy's empire facing collapse, one thing is becoming terrifyingly clear. Osiris might have been caught in something he never agreed to, and he might be ready to talk. At first, people gave YK the benefit of the doubt. Maybe he needed a break. Maybe Diddy was just being generous. But the deeper fans dug into the photos, the more things started to feel off. And the more people started to speak up. For starters, YK Osiris wasn't just in Jamaica at the same time as Diddy. He was clearly orbiting the same luxurious space. But what made things truly suspicious wasn't just the timing. It was what wasn't in the photos. No friends, no female company, no trace of family. Just Osiris and some very staged energy. Then came the now infamous fruit plate post. YK bent over tropical fruit like he was in a fragrance ad. No shirt, no explanation. But it wasn't the fruit that had people talking. It was the angle. The photo was shot low, tilted slightly upward like it was meant to flatter. This wasn't a selfie. Someone else took that picture.
Wagwan, man.
And fans were quick to speculate who it might have been. Whispers turned into accusations. One user commented, "Ain't no way he's alone on this trip. There's someone behind that camera, and I think we all know who it is." Another post made it even more blunt. That's not a solo retreat. That's a paid vacation, with strings attached. But the breaking point came when YK's own baby mama stepped into the spotlight. She posted a story on Instagram that stopped everyone in their tracks. Short, director, no games. Stop asking me what happened with my BD. I caught him with a man. Now, let's be clear. This wasn't just another fan theory. This was someone who'd actually been in the picture. Someone who had direct access to YK's personal life. She wasn't quoting rumors. She was saying it flat out. From that moment, the vibe around Osiris's trip to Jamaica shifted completely. It was no longer just about luxury and mystery. It was about power dynamics, secret relationships, and the question no one wanted to ask out loud. Was YK Osiris being used? The trip, the tone, the sudden shift from debt to deluxe, all of it started to look more and more like something deeper was going on. And right when the internet was buzzing at its peak, a new video dropped. One that would take the speculation to an entirely new level. YK sat down for an interview on The Breakfast Club. And what happened next didn't calm the rumors. It ignited them.
Yeah, nobody would ever say that one.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
not
So
saying
here
that.
goes Envy.
They said he was Diddy's boy toy.
Yeah,
What?
I was in Jamaica with him.
Oh, I see it now.
See?
I was in
YK
Jamaica
Osiris
with
in Jamaica with his alleged boo Diddy.
See?
By this point, the internet wasn't just watching YK Osiris. They were studying him. Every post, every movement, every silence. So when he appeared on The Breakfast Club, it wasn't just another artist promo run. It was a chance to hear him address the rumors face to face. Except that's not what happened. It started off light.
Jamaica with Diddy though?
He said yeah.
No,
Oh, okay.
I was with a shawty.
All right, but Diddy was there.
No, he was a whole other different.
Oh, so they just made this up?
Yeah, they made it up. Yeah.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Yeah, he was in a whole other different area. Like he was. Like,
Have you ever met Diddy?
yeah.
Okay. Did he ask you to party?
Yeah.
Party?
man.
Don't maybe put his fantasies on you.
Bad
Crazy,
tonight.
man. Nah, man. Every time I went out there, that man's the vibe. That must be Diddy bopping.
With the usual banter. But then, Charlemagne, never afraid to stir the pot, dropped a bomb. They're saying you were Diddy's boy toy. YK froze. For a second, the smile on his face said it was a joke. But his hands told another story. He fidgeted. He tugged on his hoodie. He shifted in his seat. His eyes darted away from the hosts and never really came back. He said no, but he didn't say it like someone who meant it. He said it like someone who wanted to change the subject. Fast. And then DJ Envy pressed further. You were in Jamaica with him, right? Osiris gave a nervous laugh and tried to deflect. He said Diddy was there, but in a whole other area. He kept insisting that people made it up, but nothing about his tone felt confident. It didn't feel clear. It felt rehearsed. And to viewers at home, that was was the biggest red flag of all. The truth is, when someone's telling the truth, it usually doesn't take that much effort. There's no dancing around the question, no twitching, no half smiles or looking at the floor. But YK was visibly uncomfortable. The tension in that room wasn't just awkward, it was loud. One moment in particular stood out. When asked directly if he had ever partied with Diddy, Osiris leaned back and gave a soft chuckle. Then he said, "Every time I did that, man, it's the vibe. It's the vibe." What does that even mean? That one sentence lit up comment sections across the internet. Fans started piecing together everything. The trip, the fruit pics, the massage photo, the baby mama's post, and now this. A public interview where the words were saying no, but the body language screamed something happened. And what made it worse? YK couldn't stop smiling, but not in a happy way. In a way that felt like he was holding back a storm, like someone who'd been told, keep quiet or there will be consequences. It wasn't just what he said, it was what he couldn't say, what he wouldn't say, what he seemed terrified to say. And just when you thought the interview had hit its peak, another name got pulled into the conversation. A name even bigger than Diddy Drake. Because what happened between YK and Diddy was strange. But what happened between YK and Drake? That took everything to a whole new level. Diddy wasn't the only one in this picture. Enter Drake. YK and Drake had what, on the surface, looked like a playful bromance. But the energy got darker when a video surfaced showing Drake pressing YK to perform a song in his home after losing a $60,000 bet.
I ain't gonna hold you no more. I ain't gonna hold you no more.
You owe me 60 bands, and you have to perform the song right now in the crib. What are we talking about? What are you talking about? I'm giving you an out. I'm not Baby, I'm not Boosie. You don't owe me no 2 rags, 5 rags. You owe me 60 bands. I'm playing the song right now. You ready? I need a full. You won't owe me no money right now. I swear, I need a full performance though. The real shit though.
Not asked, not encouraged, pressed. Osiris looked trapped, laughing awkwardly, complying, but not because he wanted to. Then came the sit-up video, YK on Drake's private jet, doing push-ups, getting clowned again. At some point, this didn't look like fun. It looked like control. The humiliation seemed endless. And then, in a move no one could make sense of, YK tattooed Drake's ovo owl on his leg. Fans didn't laugh. They asked, is he okay? The answer came in a live stream that broke the internet. YK Osiris went live and broke down. He didn't sugarcoat it. He didn't hide it behind humor. He said what millions of people never expected to hear from someone who once stood shoulder to shoulder with the elites. I want to die. He admitted to battling demons, that he felt alone, that the music industry was eating him alive, that people like Drake and Lil Baby didn't fuck with him anymore, that behind the cameras and cash was a system built to use, discard, and erase. The emotion was raw, real, and impossible to ignore. YK's breakdown didn't just expose his personal struggles. It opened the door to deeper questions about what's really happening in the music industry. Osiris started calling out the false image so many artists sell, how they credit God for blessings that don't come from anything divine. According to him, the industry is crawling with emo spirits and temptation designed to destroy. Then came the bombshell from psychic Sloan Bella. She claimed this wasn't about sexuality. It was about energy, rituals, power. She said elite figures weren't just partying with young men. They were harvesting from them. Kim Porter, Diddy's late ex, allegedly started writing a book about it all before she passed. Suddenly, the pieces started clicking. Then, out of nowhere, Ray J entered the chat. Turns out, Ray J was allegedly the one who introduced YK to Diddy. He wasn't just in the background. He was the bridge. Months after the Jamaica trip,
The DR! Happy birthday, man. Happy birthday, man. You know what I'm saying? We out here making sure we celebrate the homie V-Day. And then also, like, there's a lot of bags to get when you brainstorming amongst a lot of creative minds. So we all tapped in. Then we quit mastermind.
Ray J popped up again, this time in the Dominican Republic for YK's birthday. In a video, he smiled and said, "There's a lot of bags to get when you brainstorm with creative minds." But fans weren't convinced. YK looked off, quiet, hollow, barely present. Ray J didn't seem to even acknowledge him much. Instead, the camera kept cutting to another man standing nearby, while Osiris faded into the background again. Now, with Diddy's empire under fire and lawsuits flying, there's word that YK Osiris is ready to speak. Insiders say he's sitting on receipts, messages, contracts, even voice memos that expose everything. What happened in Jamaica, what the industry asked of him, and how far he was pushed. But here's the terrifying part. If these rumors are true, will he even be allowed to tell it all? The internet is already bracing. One fan wrote, "He seems so vulnerable. That's why they take advantage of him." Another said, "It's like he's always being humiliated, never respected." And looking back, none of this seems random. From viral embarrassment to spiritual pain to public breakdowns, YK wasn't just going through it. He might have been trapped in a system that was never built for him to win. YK Osiris may have walked into the spotlight thinking fame would solve everything. But what he got instead was a front row seat to the music industry's darkest secrets. If he talks, he won't just be telling his story. He might be exposing everyone's. The question is, will he survive long enough to say it?